We're seeing up close what can happen when tragedy strikes at the wrong time. It's been nearly 2 weeks since the Iron Mountain Animal Hospital became the latest pet clinic in the Upper Peninsula to limit its on-call service, making after-hours emergency care even more difficult to find for pet owners desperately seeking help for their loved ones. It's the latest consequence of a nationwide emergency shortage of veterinary professionals. Local 3 digital reporter Skylar Perkins spoke with the family of John and Milo, a man and his dog who want to make sure other pet owners are aware of the dire situation so they too don't waste what could be precious minutes to find help.
Honestly, don't know what happened. I turned around to open my porch door, and then he was standing right next to me inside of the gate there by the fence. And all of a sudden I heard him screech, squeal.
John Treist had just gotten back to his home in Spalding, about to turn in for the night after getting a minor surgical procedure done in Marquette. He thinks in the moments he was turning to the door to let them both back inside, his 3-year-old Labradoodle Milo bolted into the street after a running animal and into the way of a passing car.
And he came limping back in the yard, and I could see blood on him, and he kind of hobbled in the porch, and when he came in, I saw the extent of his injury. I mean, his leg was compound fracture. There was exposed bone through the skin, and his paw was facing the wrong way.
Having already taken pain medication for his surgical wound, Treist called his daughter Megan and ex-wife Jane for help.
I said, I need help. I don't know what to do.
And he could hardly talk. I said, is it your mother? And he says, no, Milo got hit.
And I got here, and Milo was laying at his feet. And then Janie and I started making calls.
From Marquette to Crivets to Escanaba to Green Bay to Appleton to Grafton to, she personally drove to my primary vet's house trying to get help.
This happened around 6 p.m. on a Friday, just days before the New Year, which is when the Iron Mountain Animal Hospital, what would have been the closest emergency clinic, was set to officially stop 24/7 on-call emergency service. They still do everything they can for patients who arrive before closing, but now, like most other vet clinics in the UP, they refer after-hours patients to Blue Pearl in Appleton, Wisconsin, which can be up to a 2 to 4 hour drive. After about 24 phone calls, Megan and Jane found even that's not a guarantee.
The Appleton Animal Hospital, when we called that night, said, we just can't take any more tonight. We have people that have been sitting here 10 to 12 hours waiting to be seen. But you can come in the morning.
Finding no other option, they decided to wait it out overnight and finally got Milo care at the Appleton clinic the next day.
So you're talking 18 hours of suffering with an open compound fracture because we couldn't find emergency care.
Due to the severity of the damage and the amount of time the wound was exposed, Milo had to have his leg amputated, but for about $9,000, he was alive. John and his family are beyond happy to still have their companion, but say their experience makes them concerned for others who might have to deal with an emergency where timing is even more crucial.
I was not aware. And sadly, there's a lot of people out there that are making the same assumptions that I made before this happened. Well, unfortunately, it took almost losing my dog to find out that answer.
The UP is just one of many regions across the U.S. feeling the pain of scarce vet care, with the South and Southwest also in serious need. Dr. Rena Carlson with the American Veterinary Medical Association says that many clinics limit their 24/7 services in an effort to prevent turnover and to keep a bad situation from getting worse.
So once you start having that turnover, it actually increases stress because the experienced people now carry a little more of the burden as other people are onboarding and getting up to speed. So, retention at this point is a big factor in our workforce challenges.
We spoke with Dr. Brian Scott, who owns the Iron Mountain Animal Hospital. He said that's exactly why they changed their policy. Scott said being one of the last clinics in the area to offer the emergency service, his staff would get calls from hours away, and for a team already working overtime, the workload became unsustainable. And with higher paying jobs closer to big cities that don't require them to be on call, the battle to attract new talent is uphill. Scott told us that without the ability to maintain a staff, they wouldn't be able to help anyone, and that they're doing their best to balance the needs of all their clients by simply trying to keep people working at the clinic, and says despite the policy change, they're still working long hours to care for every pet they can, something John says he can't imagine doing day to day.
I don't know how those people do that every day. I don't. It takes a special kind of person to be an ER doctor or an ER nurse or something. The same thing with veterinarians. You know, it's not something I could do.
As for Milo, John says his recovery is going better than expected.
Dogs that lose their legs actually adapt really well, surprisingly well. And I found that out just a day or two after I brought him home from the animal hospital. I had him out in the backyard, turned my back for a second, and all of a sudden he just comes zip right by me on half a trot. Like, really? He just lost his leg, like, you know, the day before.
In Iron Mountain, Skylar Perkins, Local 3.